address. Rector, sir.
I usually start with the protocols upside down in recognition of the energies that we have in the room. Are you there? Greatest Nigerian students. We need to let them know that we are here full of vibes, Abibeko, full of energy, intellect, and everything that defines the human persona. Greatest Nigerian students. Greatest Bagba once again. Big B. Thank you so much. So let me now go back to our guests. The representative of the French ambassador to Nigeria, the manager of Campus France, esteemed members from the French embassy, our visitors who have been on campus. This morning they've been to our museum and they've seen the lofty works that is being done by our artists and you all. The principal officers of Yaba College of Technology, lecturers here present, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. To me, it's a very great honor and delight to welcome our distinguished guests from Campus France and the embassy to our historic institution. On behalf of the Governing Council, management, staff, and students of Yaba College of Technology, I am welcoming you to the first tertiary institution in Nigeria. Yaba College of Technology started in 1947, and we have been a trailblazer in technological education. We've been producing graduates for this country who are innovators, entrepreneurs, nation builders. We've produced presidents of the country. We've produced labor leaders. We've produced artists and so on and so forth. And we are still producing. Today we stand with over 36,000 students population and over 2,000 faculties members. And our brand, we are highly innovative and globally driven. In Yaba Tech, we have schools and departments. Maybe you call them faculties and departments. We have 9 faculties, or 9 schools as we call them. We have School of Engineering. We have a school for technology. For engineering, we have about 13 departments, from agricultural engineering, chemical, civil, computer. I'm taking this so that you can, mostly for our visitors to know the structure that we have on campus and which schools, which departments, which faculty do we have. So it might not be new to the students, but then to our visitors, to our guests, it's important for them to know that we have marine engineering, we have mechanical engineering, we have mechatronics, we have materials engineering, we have railway engineering, we have welding and fabrication engineering. When you come to environment studies. We have a whole school for environment studies where we have architecture, building technology, estate management, quantity surveying, geoinformatics, urban and regional planning, transport management. And when it comes to pure science, we have biological science, chemical science, mathematics, physical science, science laboratory technology, and statistics. Technology. We have food science or food technology. We have hospitality management. We have leisure and tourism. We have nutrition and dietetics. We have polymer and textile technology. We have computer technology. So in each of these areas, we have lots of students and staff too. When you talk of management and business studies, we have accounting, accountancy, banking and finance, business administration. We have marketing. We have office technology management, taxation. Arts. We have a school, a whole faculty for arts, where we have fine arts, industrial design, printing technology, book publishing, graphics design, and fashion. We also have languages, mass communication, social sciences. We have agricultural technology. We have animal production. We have crop production, and so on and so forth. Then we have School of Education, where we have technical education, science education, vocational education, and many other ones. At the college, we have mandates to ensure that we achieve greatness, making our students to be field ready and to be future ready. We strive to ensure that our products are first class when it comes to industry readiness. We also ensure that our workforce are empowered and are ready. We ensure that we collaborate a lot with the industry. We hammer on industry collaboration so as to be able to ensure that whatever we are giving to our students is relevant to the needs of the industry. We also not only teach theories, but we practice what we teach. So in the college, you have so many what I can call micro industry within the campus, so that they can also learn from the practice. We are focused on research, and we have about 3 different centers that are focusing on research. We have Center for Research Support and Grants Management. We have Center for Applied Research and Technology Innovation. We have Center for Technology Marketing and Product Development. We also have centers that takes care of all other needs in the country. We have Tech Center for Inclusivity and Diversity. We have Center for Distance Learning, Entrepreneurship Development, Linkages and Partnership and International Relations, and many other ones. When it comes to our linkages, partnership and international relations, we have partnered with many countries. Some of our faculties just returned from Germany on a study tour and working with their international department too. We've also been across to Europe, Asia. We have collaboration with institutions apart from the countries. We have MOUs. What we do is, once we have the intention to work together, we write a memorandum of understanding, and with that memorandum of understanding, we continue our collaboration. With Chinese institutions, at least we have as many as about 4 different MOUs. With the UK, we have as many as 5 different MOUs with separate institutions, and our faculties and students are working with them. Currently, we have over 25 students in China who are studying. They will be back. You know, it's about 18 months exchange program, and they will be back. And these are part of the collaborations we have with industries, with institutions here and there. Even with Poland, with Japan, we have partnership with Kobe Institute of Computing and Okayama University. Now, this is important. I let you know so that you can know that the college is intentional when it comes to internationalization and forming partnership with different institutions. We have our areas of strength where we are known worldwide, and one of them is engineering, followed by arts, and then we are very good when it comes to businesses. We won many awards. We were rated as the best in the nation when it comes to producing chartered accountants, and that is to show you how our rating has been. We are confident that we produce students for 2 different diploma programs now. One is the National Diploma Program, which is a 2-year program, after which the students will go for 1-year industry attachment and then come back for another 2 years for the Higher National Diploma Program. So this is what we currently run. Then we have some students that go for 3-4 years at a stretch for bachelor's program. Beginning next year, 2026, going forward, we will stop admitting students for the National Diploma and program so as to be able to run out those that we have, because we are transmuting to become a university. And then yeah, thank you. From our 2026 admission year, we will start to admit for degree programs. However, we are sure that we will run out. All those programs that we have will be graduated. Also, we are sure that our HND graduates can fit into your master's degree program in France easily without having to go for any other remedial programs, because they are globally ready and highly competitive. We've had this arrangement with some institutions in other places in the world. Our HND graduates are good for master's degree program. We also, even our national diploma graduates, whoever is willing to have international exposure, who wants to go further for their degree programs, are also going to make themselves available. I'm sure by the time the students are the institutions are introduced, our students will find whichever one is convenient for them to partner with. Our collaboration with France dated a long time ago when we started, probably the 80s. We had equipment maintenance program with them, and we have what gave birth to what is called Industrial Maintenance Engineering Department today, was actually started by the French embassy. And we have, that program was supported for a long time, and I think that is the only place in Nigeria where that program is still running, producing engineers that are very good in electromechanical services and helping the industries. Then we started with the embassy again in 2024 through research and grants program. By the time when the competition for grant was about to be rolled out by the French embassy, they were looking at universities, and then somebody just told them, why don't you look at Yaba? The competition was with several universities, but by the time we put in our entries, we emerged one of the 5 that were chosen amongst all the institutions. This is to tell you that we have been a university before being pronounced as a university. But then, we are happy that the name is calling now. It's a worthy recognition of the efforts of our staff and students. So we can have collaborations in arts exhibitions, cultural residencies to promote cross-cultural creativity. We can also have staff and student exchange in fine arts, fashion, creative technologies, engineering. We can have research partnerships in sustainability, renewable energy, digital innovation. All this we can have. We can have even language training. I told Umu that I want to speak French, and I will start to make the practice. We have a department of Office Technology Management, where our students are trained even in French with bilingual studies. So we can have relationship even in language, and then vocational education, technical education we can have. So my distinguished guests from Campus France, we want to welcome you to this event, and for you to know that this partnership promises to enrich our institutions and to enrich our students. So we appreciate the Embassy of France and Campus France Nigeria for choosing Yaba as a host and for providing all what is necessary, and then for even helping our students to be able to attend Choose France Study Fair on Saturday. We remain committed and we remain empowered. We want our main purpose, our main drive, while we are doing all what we are doing, is for the future. Excuse me. I was in Botswana some few months ago, and the president was saying that there is artificial diamond and there is natural diamond. And some people are saying that the artificial diamond is more expensive than the natural diamond. But he believes that when you're talking about diamond, the best of diamonds is the human capacity that the nation have. And I'm saying that our diamond in Yaba are our students. We are doing all what we are doing to ensure that nobody underprice our diamonds. Nobody undervalue our diamonds, as they are very rich in intellect, rich in energy, and full of vibes. Great Yaba students. Thank you for listening.
I think you students should just rise up and give me a standing ovation for that laudable and good message that you are giving to us this morning. Let's be seated, please. That is director of Yaba College of Technology. We don't settle for less, and we know they carry last. We want to appreciate you once again, director of Yaba College of Technology, for the welcome address and the rich one knowledge that you have given unto us this morning. Let's get ourselves quickly seated because we are going to the crux of the event. Please make it snappy and be smart. We are now going to the crux of the event, and now I want to call on the Deputy Head of Africa Service, Campus France, Mrs. Umu Diakti, to give a presentation of Campus France, French higher education system, and the delegation of French establishments to the students of Yaba College of Technology. Dear students, this is the crux of the event. We want you to listen with rapt attention. Bring out your papers and your biros to jot, and also exhibit that mannerism that we have taught you in Yaba College of Technology.
Thank you very much. Dear Dr. Abdul, dear team of Yabatech, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, dear all, I am very delighted to be here with you today and to open the latest edition of the Choose France Nigeria Fair. The previous fair enabled 22 French institutions to meet talented students, and no doubt today will be more of them. Before doing my presentation, I would like to introduce you to the French institutions that came all the way along from France in order to meet partners, but also to meet all the potential students that are willing to come to France. The French delegation includes 2 public universities, Université de Lille, maybe you can raise, Université Paris-Cité, we also have 12 businesses and marketing schools, EM Strasbourg, ESCP, ISTEC, no, yes. We also have Burgundy School of Business. We have ESDES, Institut Catholique de Lyon. Grenoble École de Management. Excelia. ESCA. IMT Business School. Oh, what an honor. We also have YESEG. We do have Schema as well. And last but not least of the business schools, we have Neoma. As I told you, we have a big delegation. And we do have, after the business schools, we have 4 engineering schools. CESI, ECE, EPITA,
So, thank you so much for him. Thank you. He needed it. And we have, last but not least, Junior. One particularity of the Choose France Nigeria edition today is that we are very happy to welcome 3 schools of art, design, and sound and image. ESADAR, Haute École des Arts du Rhin, HEAR, and 3IS. She's not here? Where have she been? I will let her know. And we also have Epitech, which is a specialized school in information technology. And last but not least, I would like to give you some information about Campus France. I don't know if people know about Campus France, what are our missions and what we do by the help of Campus France Nigeria here present with me. Does anybody know what is Campus France? Okay. I'm not as lucky as you, my friend. So, for those who don't know us, actually, yes, we can stop the slide. Campus France is a French public agency under the dual authority of 2 ministries, of Europe and Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Higher Education and Research. We do promote the appeal of French higher education by marketing it to international students. Its other missions include managing French and foreign government recipients order, supporting students and researchers in mobility program, overseeing the French alumni network and analyzing student mobility in France and around the world. The agency coordinates the Campus France Forum, 375 institutions in France are integrated in this forum. Worldwide, it relies on 275 Campus France local offices. They are under the authority of the French embassies in more than 134 countries. In Africa, you have 37 Campus France local offices. And we have 69 countries all over the world that are dealing with the procédure études en France that my colleague Justine will give you more information about tomorrow at the fair. I would like to give you a quick overview about the figures, some key figures regarding mobility in France. This year, France welcomed 443,500 international students, sorry about the figures, making it the 7th largest host country in the world. Our ambition, the French government ambition, is to welcome 500,000 students, international students, by 2027. Around all these students, we are welcoming 110 international students coming from sub-Saharan countries. And on these students, there are 1,400 coming from Nigeria, which make France the 16th country to welcome Nigerian students. The figures are good. The figures are increasing every year. By 5 years, we have been increasing of 76%, and we want to increase that numbers. We can do much better. The rector told me that there were 36,000 students in Yaba. So definitely we need to have some of you coming to France and coming to study in the institutions that are here. Yes, you can, the next slide, please. And the next one as well. Let me give you some information about the higher education system in France and why you should choose France to come and have us. French higher education advantage. There are a lot of advantages, but if I have to give you 5 advantages, it's a worldwide recognized institutions. We have some universities, 4 universities in the top 100 for the Shanghai ranking, 27 in the top 1,000. Financial Times, the 4 best masters in finance are French. You have Nobel Prizes, Fields Medal, high-tech infrastructures and laboratories, and mandatory internship at master level. The good point in France is that you also have attractive tuition fees. For a year at bachelor level, in university, in public university, you will have to pay 2,900 euros. At a master level, also in public universities, you will have to pay 3,900 euros. For a PhD level, you only have to pay 397 euros per year. And for private institutions, it can start to 5,000, up to 25, up to 30,000, depending on the program you want to follow. These figures, it's not that expensive. Why is not that expensive? Because France government covers the rest of the tuition fees for every student. Being an international student gives you the same right as a French student. We do cover the parts that are not covered by yourself. You can, one thing very important to note today, and that English-spoken country doesn't really know, is that you can study in English. There are no more needs to be able to speak French, to go to France and to study at master's and PhD level, and some bachelors are also proposed in English. I recommend to all the students to be able at least to have the basics in French in order to be able to live in France, because we do speak English, but not all the French people speak English. But it will be good for you. And there are some institutions, and I think there are quite the majority of the institutions that came with me today, that have the label Bienvenue en France. It's a label given to institutions that are putting all together everything they can in 3 years. After this, you can go up to the master. We do a master in 2 years in France, M1, M2, and then you can start for the PhD program. It can be 3 years, but it can be more depending on the fields you are following. If you want to study medicine, for example, it can go to 12 years. Yes. Yes. So be prepared. Exactly. Exactly. Regarding universities, 12, sorry, it's long. Regarding universities, 74 public universities, the tuition fees, as I said, are very low, and the university confer national diplomas, bachelor, master's, and doctorate, as well as other diplomas specific to the granting university. They offer programs in all areas of teaching and research, sciences, management, law, letters, languages, and so on. The universities enrolled more than 240,000 international students, which represent 66% of all international students in France. They have, as I said before, high ranking for universities in the top 100, and they are member of France Université. Then after, you've got engineering school. Engineering school, as I said, more than 200 engineering schools accredited by the Commission des titres d'ingénieurs, CTI. They give engineer titles. They have excellent infrastructures. and excellent ranking as well. You've got business schools. Business school, the 4 best masters in finance are French. 16 institutions with triple accreditation. We have 3 systems. The business schools can be either in the grandes écoles or in universities, and we do have more than 200 business schools in France. They have the best increase of international students coming to their schools, because we can see 104% increase of international students in the French business schools in the past 5 years. And then you have, not but not least, the specialized schools. The specialized schools, if you may follow up. No, not before. We have the distinctive grandes écoles. One particular thing about France is that we have one network, which is called les grandes écoles. More than 234 grandes écoles that offer high-level professional education. Some are public, others are private. Engineering schools, business schools, Institute of Political Sciences, and other institutions are into these grandes écoles. The admission to be in one of these schools is very selective, and the members of grandes écoles are offer officially recognized diploma. And one important thing as well, say, in these grandes écoles, they have a lot of programs taught in English. After that, you have normally, if I'm not wrong, the specialized schools. Exactly. 50 schools of art of design, schools of applied art, 22 schools of architecture, recognized by the French state and the Ordre des Architectes, deliver official architect diploma, and more than 3,000 specialized schools, paramedical, journalism, tourism, gastronomy, hotel management, and so on. All that means that coming to France, you will be able to find a program, to find a school that will be able to welcome you depending on the field you want to follow. We have a wide range of institutional schools, of French schools, and we do welcome a lot of international students. We are used to welcome international students, and we are willing to welcome more international students. After being these elements said, I would like to give you some information regarding the cost of living in France and the cost of being an international student in France. If you can follow up, please. The budget. If you want to study in France, you have to take that into account. You've got Paris, which is the capital, but you also have all the other cities in France that have very good universities and institutions. If you want to settle down in Paris, you have to count and to think that you will need at least 1,000 euro every month to be able to have accommodation, health insurance, and so on. How much is it in Naira? It's a lot? Yeah. Sorry, France is a quite expensive country, but wait, I've got more information. If you want to study outside Paris, and if you want to live outside Paris, your average budget will be 600 to 800 euros per month. But, as an international student, as I said before, you have the same rights as a French student, and the French government help all the students in housing, in discounts, in public transportation. They help you to pay your accommodations. What you have to understand is that these are the average to be sure that you will be able to study and live well. But you will have a lot of help from the French government. I will give you an example. You find a house at the Cruz, which is one of the best residencies, student residencies. It will cost you 400 euros per month. On these 400 euros, French government will give you at least 150 euro to help you pay your accommodation, which means that it's not very expensive anymore. And as an international student, as a student, you'll have a lot of discounts. So don't be afraid about these budgets, because we do have a lot of discounts for international students. And there are two things important as well to remember. Health insurance is totally free in France, totally taken in charge by the French government for everybody. Once you arrived in France, you will be taken in charge for your health issues. And the other thing is that you can also have the possibility to work in France part-time next to your study. But what we do recommend is to be focused on your study, which is important. You don't go in another country to work while you are studying. You go to succeed in your study and to focus in your study. So that's why we prepare you to be aware of the budgets and the living cost in France. You have the same right as a French and European student. I'm an alumni. I come from West Africa. I've started studying in France when I was little. I got the French nationality, and I'm so happy here today to promote French system that I've been able to have to African students. So thank you very much for your energy. Thank you very much. I do hope that we'll have more students from Yaba Tech, and that we'll have more partnerships between Yaba Tech and French institutions. Thank you.
The presentation has been insightful, helpful, and also full of knowledge. And you all agree with me that for every action, there must be what? Reaction. So that you won't just take it hook, line, and sinker. There will be questions and answer from our presentation. And this is what we will do. We make it as concise as possible, and we allow brevity to play. Just tell us your name, your class, and then you go straight to the question. Like I said, make it as concise and brief as possible. So we'll try as much as possible to go through this line you indicate, and also decide to. So if you have any question for this role, let me just raise up your hands. Anybody on this role? Okay. All right. Let me give the person. Okay. You have to come back, Umo. Okay.
Good day, everybody. My question is, we see it on the flyer that the program will be free. So we will be fly out of the country without paying. So that's what actually my partner too, they are asking. maybe everything will be free. So I'm just like a representative for a body here in Yaba Tech. So I must ask that question.
Thank you. Just note it. Just note it. Okay. We have in the house the president of the student union body of the institution. He is Comrade Beke Omakole. He's the #1 citizen of the students in Yaba Tech. And then by virtue of protocol, I think he has some question to ask you on behalf of the student body. Please come up. Oh, you can stay there and ask a question.
Greatest Nigerian students. Articulate Nigerian students. Ever dynamic Nigerian students. Yeah, the rector and the entire management team. And then to our guests from Campus France. On behalf of the entire student community, we want to welcome you once again to Yaba College of Technology. And we are very, very happy for this collaboration with our college. We actually believe this is a very good one for the benefit of our students. I personally am interested in France and the entire Europe, so I have the intention later on to study the Schengen economic integration and development. So it's really an area of interest to me. For the presentation, you've highlighted some detailed explanation about the whole engagement so far with African countries, but you've not been able to give us a details about the challenges, which I believe is very, very important for we to balance it. So the challenges of African students, and at the same time, earlier, the rector attests to our capacity. Here in we have Polytechnic, and the qualification here is HND. I don't know, during your presentation, there is a mission of that if we can be guaranteed, because we have a lot of universities here, if through HND we can actually have access directly to the master's level, because it also displays the national qualification framework for France. We can see that it is actually from a bachelor license, you move to the master's. So is HND going to be equivalent for that, for we to move to that level, to go directly for master's? And if that is not going to be possible, is there going to be an addiction to that for we to be able to meet up with that standard? And if that is going to come on board, we know definitely it's going to pose some challenges. Number one, definitely the equivalent will be a challenge, and at the same time, there will be some further stringent requirements, like is there going to be exemption from certificate evaluation? Is there going to be the issue of presential translation? Is there going to be omission for that? And at the same time, we've got for HND to, if there is that barrier that we need to take additional program to meet up with that level, definitely there may likely be some limitation in terms of sponsorship and engagement, because I know it will be more open to those who already have the PSc degree due to your level of communication of what we have. Then in terms of visa application and the residency, by the time you want to, we have an additional program we have to take with the HND to meet up with that level. Does the embassy is going to recognize that? Won't there be any restriction in terms of visa application and documentation? And at the same time, integrating into the society over there in France and in the entire Europe, I would like you to also give us some detailed skills, emerging skills that if as a foreigner we can have, that we serve as a best of opportunity for we to harness and integrate perfectly into the society. The Study and Work Initiative, I would like you to explain also how it works in France, because we also believe in that. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you very much for those very salient and pertinent questions. So I'm going to take it from the first question you raised, which is about how do you, the HND, the equivalence, is it commensurate to having a bachelor's? So the good news is this. Once you have HND, it is considered as Bac +4. Because generally in France, the bachelor's, or what we call the licence, which is equivalent of bachelor's, is a 3-year program. That is 3-year post-secondary education. So for you at Yaba Tech now, as students of a polytechnic, you have Bac +4. That means you spent 4 years post-secondary education. So which means automatically you can be admitted into master's program. Okay? So that being said, and then you also raised another question about, if I got it clearly, before I talk about the one for the tuition, the visa application, and the likes, there was one other question. Maybe I'll come back to that. But as regards the requirements are not far-fetched. All you need is your WAEC or NECO. You talked about verification. There is really no need to verify because although some countries, some embassies require that you authenticate your results. But in our own case, you can use your OND certificate and transcript, as well as your HND certificate and transcript. And in the situation where you don't have the main original one from the school, you can use your the student's copy in the interim, pending the time the original one is going to be available. Because generally, when it comes to applying to France, the application window opens from the 1st of October to 1st of December here in Nigeria. So you can always apply with your WAEC, your O-level, your OND certificate and transcript, your HND certificate and transcript, your letter of motivation, and then because you are coming from English speaking country, so language proficiency is not majorly a requirement, but generally we advise and we recommend that you can get a letter of English proficiency attesting to the fact that your courses were taught in English throughout the entire period of your study in Nigeria. So I think that answers that. And then for your visa application procedure, that's why you have Campus France at your call and beck. So what do? We are here for your accompaniment de visitude. We are here to assist you, to support you. So what are our services? What we do basically is that you just, once you get your admission letter, you notify us, or even before securing your admission, notify us. We can apply to 7 schools for masters on our platform called Etudes en France. So the portal is actively open now. So you can apply to 7 programs for masters. And then if someone willing to maybe take bachelor's, you can apply to 3 programs. So 7 programs under Etudes en France, then you get chances of being selected across the 7 schools. And then you have you need to pay just a token of 80,000 naira to apply to all the 7. So you don't need to pay application fee for each of the 7 schools to which you're applying. So before we can talk about visa application procedure, we need to first secure admission to French schools. And that's why the Etudes en France portal is the platform, is the channel. So that's the intermediary between you, Campus France, and French schools. Okay? And then for scholarships, yeah. So when it comes to scholarship opportunities, we have quite a handful, and then I don't think there is any discrimination between whether HND students are qualified for the scholarships or HND holders or BSc holders. There's nothing like that. It's all on merit. So, and what do I mean? We have what we call the France Excellence Scholarship, what we call the Embassy of France Scholarship in Nigeria, which covers your cost of living expenses, which covers your flight, like the person who asked about transport the other time. It covers your flights to and fro. They were assisting securing accommodation. And then if you apply to public schools, you can get relatively lesser and cheaper tuition. What's it called? And then we have something called the caisse d'allocation familiale that gives you about 50%. So you have to pay 100%. The French embassy or the French government subsidizes it, and you're only paying 50% of the accommodation. So this also forms part of the package, and I think that was one of the things she mentioned during her presentation. So I think that answers your question. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, okay, give it the phone. Give it to him. Don't forget the role.
Okay.
Your name?
Thank you all. Thank you, Ma, for your presentation. My name is Anthony Okechukwale. I'm from Department of Printing. My question concerns about the possibility of studying and working at the same time. To what extent can you study and work at the same time in French?
Thank you for your question. As I said before, you have, as an international student, the right to study and to work. But the work that you will be doing is just a part-time work. You've got about 25 hours per week allowed that will enable you to work. But as I said before, it will give you an extra money for sure. But it will take some of your time. But it's good as well to have an experience as a student, to meet other colleagues, to start being able to understand the process, the professional ways of in France. I do recommend, there are many offers to work in France for students. But for me, it's better to be focused on the study. That's for sure.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much, Ma, for your presentation. My name is David Obayemi. I am an alumni of Yaba Tech. As regards your presentation and the requirement of studying in France, you made mention of the fact that quite a number of the institutions offer their courses in English language, right? But then we realize that some courses will take you 2 years, 3 years, 4 years to complete these courses. That means for me, who is an English-speaking person and African languages, I would have a gap in the French language, having to leave there. I won't be living in school, right? So my question is, does Campus France have an initiative or a plan to teach us the basics of French language to be able to navigate living in the country off campus and the likes? Thank you very much.
More than welcome. Campus France, actually we do not provide any courses in English, any lessons in French, but we do work with the Alliance Française. And the Alliance Française in Abuja or in Lagos give you and propose you to learn the basics of French language. I don't know, maybe Justine you want to complete, or David, you can complete about that?
Okay. So, thank you, Ma. So in addition to what she said, for some programs in France, as international students, French are embedded in the curriculum. French classes are included in the curriculum. So which means that you can take up to about 20 hours, of French classes weekly. So that's another way to, leverage and then learn French and integrate the French society. Yeah. In addition to, there are lots of tools that you can use. You have Duolingo, you have, what's it called? Babel, lots of them, and then Alliance Française, like she said, whose focus is majorly to promote the French language through teaching the language. So, yeah, so these are available options for you to learn French if you are interested in going to study in France. Yes, so in addition to that, some programs before the commencement of the program, now you have like 2 months or a month summer, an intensive summer lesson for you just to learn French before you commence your program. So these are all different options that are available for you to explore if you are interested in learning French before going to study in France. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Akin Boju Bright, and Department of IME, Industrial Maintenance Engineering, and the one. My question goes this way. If you have certificates of, you have understanding of any work, like now IME, you have understanding in all this electrical work, and you also have the certificate. Can you, and if you get there, can you be given contract, like receiving contract as a student and also working? So that is my question.
Okay, so basically it's not a walk in the park. And then what do I mean by that? Everything has procedure. You are coming from another country with an entirely different diploma, and then we have some people in this country who have gone to do BTS who are also focused in what we call technical aspect as you. And then the advantage they have over you is language. So it doesn't work that way. So one of the ways through which you can integrate, okay, into the society is by going there to study. And then from there you can pick it up. If you have any skill, then you can also maybe set up your startup, and then from there you can start talking about gaining contracts. Are you with me? So that's the way it works. Are there possibility of you getting contracts? Yes, but the procedure has to be followed. That is by studying there, getting integrated into the culture, into the society, having relatively good level of the language, and then now your skill set can be highly valuable in the labor market.
My name is Arobeke Olamide. I'm a textile design student. So I have a question concerning the scholarship aspect. Please, what are the requirements for the scholarship?
The requirement depends of the provider of the scholarship, but for the French embassy, it's first of all excellency. The grades are to be very, very good, and you have to respond to the criteria. They are the fields they are willing to give a scholarship. But the first requirement is they are looking for excellency, for excellent students that have very good grades, or that they have very good projects, that are focused in one project and knows what he or she wants to do and to follow for 3 years and be engaged. That's the first criteria. And there are other criteria, but these are secrets. I can't tell you. But also, you have the French embassy scholarships, but you do also have other scholarships. You have institutions that will welcome you, that can provide you a scholarship. It won't be, for example, allowances, but it can be a reduction of your tuition fees. Scholarships depends of what you need as well. And we have to, just to let you know, if you're looking for a scholarship to study in France, there's also a website engine that will give you more information about the institution or the possibilities to apply for a scholarship. Not only the French institute, the French embassy, but I know there are some Nigerian institutions that also provide scholarships to students that are willing to study in France. And the Campus France office will be able to give you the link of the website engine to allow you to go and find some scholarships available.
Thank you. We only have 2 questions to be entertained. I think we'll go, if you can still get one on this at the middle, then one at the extreme. That gentleman raising up his hands, and then the lady behind there. Okay, give her the microphone. Okay, all right.
Good morning. My name is Clement, business admin. My question is, please, I have an opportunity over there at the scholarship, fine. Then I discover that I'm not doing very well in this particular course. And I know that I'm very, very intelligent in like arts and design. Is it possible for me to switch?
your question is, once you are already in France and you want to switch of field, or before being in France? After, when you are already in France. Okay.
Like I discovered that the current course I went to go and study there, I'm not actually doing very well.
Yeah.
Then is it possible for me to switch to a certain course that I know that I'm very good at, that I don't have any issues with?
Exactly, I understand. But normally, once the field you will choose is differs to your visa, because the student visa, how do I say that? The student visa given to you, it's on the field you've chosen. That's why you're linked to that field. So once you are in France, you can have difficulties if you switch to another school. You will, with the administrative procedures. Because once you are in France, they will ask you, they will need to know why you've changed, and they can stop your visa because it's not the field you have the visa for. So what we do propose and we do recommend to the students is willing to go abroad. It's a very, very long process and a project. It means that from the beginning you knew that what you wanted to follow is what you wanted to do after and in your work. So if you're not sure, and if you're not sure about what you want to do, take your time. Really take your time and be sure. The day you'll be sure of your field, it will go up, it will follow up. But changing once in France is difficult. Otherwise, while you are still not in France, there are several possibilities. But it's not mandatory either. I think it gives you more problem. But you can succeed, but it gives you more problem.
Thank you. And the last question, please. Please avail the microphone.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Osaz. So I have just 3 questions.
Your
so
department.
The first one, banking and finance. So the first question goes to so for France, is there study gap? Like how many years of study gap does it involve for the business school? Let's say, for instance, I finished my school in 2019 and I want to apply this year, 2025. That's I think 4 to 5 years. So is there study gap? How many years? And the second question goes to, is it also religion biased? Let's say, as a Muslim, can I apply to study in France? And the third question goes to, how many months bank statements do I need to apply?
Okay. I think that's pretty straightforward. I wanted to give it to one of the representatives of the business schools here to reply about la travailler les écarts. Par exemple, 5 ans après avoir étudié, avoir obtenu sa licence, et il va maintenant enchaîner et intégrer un programme de master. So, gap year. So when you say gap year, it depends on the duration. Okay? For example, let's give an example. You graduated 2020, and this is 2025. You graduated as a graduate of business administration, and you've been working in the banking sector, and you are now going to do a master's in finance. Your years of experience is in the same field as what you are doing, so that won't pose any problem. Where it can pose a challenge is when you did something, you are working in a different field, and you now want to go and apply to study in another entirely different field. That's where the challenge might come in. Now, when you talked about religion posing a challenge. L'éducation française est laïque. Do you know what that means? It is devoid of, we don't talk about religion, so religion is not a challenge. It's neutral, not at all. So it's a neutral ground. So regardless of your tribe, it's a cosmopolitan country where you have people from different regions, different parts of the world. And then the last is about, you mentioned something? The bank statement is 3 months prior to your visa application. 3 months. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
On that note, we want to wrap it up on the question and answer session. And then I want to call on Mr. Dr. Moshood Ajala, to quickly come up on the survey issue. If we still have time, we'll still entertain more questions, please, by the time we exhaust other things.
Benjamin, please. Thank you. Director, the head of Africa, other guests, and the principal officers, and our visitors. Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, everybody. Heads of service units, directors, and deans seated, you are all welcome to this event. Benjamin, please. As part of our initiative now, we want to henceforth be carrying out research when we have occasions like this. Because one of the things the Center for Linkages is championed to do is to facilitate research collaboration. So, for this program, for what you have heard today, we want to carry out this research work. We want to assess your awareness, motivation, and behavioral intentions towards international education. So, the case study we want to use is this conference. So, students, please take out your phones, scan the barcode. Scan the barcode, and let us have your feedback. Am I blocking the view? Okay. So I step aside. So you can also use the link. So I give some minutes. Zoom your lens, then it will pick it. Staff, do you want to participate? I see you pressing phone, and it's as if our visitors are trying to participate. Okay, it's nice. It's nice. How far? Okay. While you are doing that, let me give other information. This afternoon, the program continues in Unilag. There will be a coaster bus around 1:30. Let's agree on the frontage of Zenith Bank to take students who are interested in participating in the program in Unilag. It is the continuation of this in Unilag. Tomorrow at VI, there is another one which is called a fair. In that case, we can participate. Benjamin, please bring up that. We will come back to this. Mr. Benjamin, bring out the flyer. Okay. That is the link. It is open to all. But specifically, Yaba will be sending 30 students to that event. The 30 students will be selected by the deans and in conjunction with the student union. We'll have 30 students. The Campus France has provided a bus to take you to the event for that 30 students. It is the prerogative of the deans. The selection is the prerogative of the deans. Others, if you register, you need to find your way to VI next on Saturday, tomorrow. while the 30 selected participants will be given bus to take them to the event. Is that clear, please? Is it clear? Okay, fine. How many information have I given? How many? Andy? Some people said 2, some said 3. Okay, first one. First one. Eh? I didn't hear, eh? Survey. Please bring up the survey again. That's the first one. The second one. Eh? Unilag. So, is there any third one? So it is not 2. So what's the third one? VI. You can see you are busy with your phone. I hope you are not on TikTok. You are busy. Okay. So thank you.
Like I said earlier, that we take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way. And this is a great opportunity before us as well. It depends on how you explore it. Please do explore this to the end to better your lot. You never can tell. On that note, I want to bring to the podium the Registrar of Yaba College of Technology, Mrs. Badijo Henrietta, to appreciate our guests, the delegates, the students, the heads of service units, and heads of the academic unit present here today.
Good morning once again. On behalf of the Chairman Governing Council, the management, staff, and students of Yaba College of Technology, I stand here to say a big thank you to everybody. To Campus France, the team lead and your team members, we say a very big thank you to you. Traveling all the way from France to Nigeria, you're welcome. And I believe that this is your trip. You're going to take a lot of our students back to France to study in your various institutions. Thank you. Welcome. And to the students, I believe you're ready for the task ahead. And I wish you the very best. And to the planning committee, thank you for everything you have done for this, for the success of this program. That's the linkages. You have really worked, Dr. Ajala and his team. Thank you very much. Once again, I tell a big thank you to everybody. Thank you.
You remember I told you that for every action there must be a reaction. For thanking us, on behalf of all of us, we want to say to Registrar, thank you for thanking us as well. We appreciate you. And that's it.
Okay. So thank you very much for your time and audience. At this juncture, I would like to take just to entertain one or two questions from. I want you to ask this question directly to the representative of the French schools that are here present. So I think I have someone on my left, and then to my right hand side, is there anybody who is willing to ask any question? Okay, so two already. That's fine. So please let me pass the microphone to.
Thank you very much. Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Comrade Ruku Fuad, President, School of Management and Business Studies. My question goes thus. To the business schools present here, does fresh business schools help international students find internship before and after the programs? One. Two, in your explanation earlier, you said the website is open for Campus France, that is from the period of 1st of October to 1st of December. And yet, I don't think any of us know the website. Now, we don't know the website, so please help us provide the website. And how long does the study visa, how long does it take to elapse? Thank you very much.
Okay, so I will leave the representatives of the business schools here to answer the question about the possibility of them assisting students in securing internship opportunities. So then I would answer the remaining two questions. Thank you. Okay. Le représentant des écoles de commerce qui souhaitera répondre. Ok. Je veux.
Hi, my name is Harriet from Schema Business School. So your question about finding an internship during the program or after the program. So most of the French business schools do have like a talent and career service, and we assist all our students with job search, internship search. We also organize job fairs and career fairs on campus where we invite like companies that are partners with us to recruit our students for internships or jobs. So that's it. Thank you.
The remaining two, what's it called? The remaining question, the second question about the link. They're going to share it. So they're going to share our website with the link to our, what's it called? Our email addresses. You can just send us an email. I'm interested in studying in France. You get all the details from the links and everything. You get everything. And then now to the visa application, this thing. Visa application procedure could commence as soon as you obtain your admission letter. So you don't need to wait. Generally, when you apply for student visa, it can take 15 to 21 working days, and it could extend beyond that. So you are advised that once you secure your admission letter, proceed to your visa application right away. Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Esther. I am a recent graduate of Olabisi Onabanjo University, and I want to ask the possibility for a French graduate to study in France.
Definitely. So you are one step ahead already. So as a French student, there are lots of opportunities for you to study in France. Do you want to continue in French?
For masters? Or
definitely. At master's level? You said you just you're a recent
like
graduate.
my BSc. For BSc, yeah.
Recent graduate of what?
French linguistics.
At bachelor's level?
Yeah.
And you want to go and do your master's in France?
Yes.
Definitely. So if you want to continue in France for a French taught master's, you need a minimum of DELF B2 or DELF C1, depending on the requirement from your school. And if you decide to switch to linguistics but not using French, then you can also reach out to schools in France. And you can also send us an email. We'll take it up from there. So please, I'll be glad if you can have on the screen the email addresses, the directories of Campus France at the end of that presentation slide. Then the last question, please.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Faith Godwin from IME. If by the grace of God I get to the school, based on the practical aspects. In our practical year, we have merchandise for whatever we want to do. But based on the budget, is there any minor merchandise that, just like multimeters, that we should have money for to get by ourselves, or the school is going to just give us like anyhow? Or are there merchandise that we can get basically by ourselves? So we have to know if we are getting to the school, if we need budgets for those merchandise.
When you say merchandise, what kind of merchandise?
Like
when you're talking about
the
schools,
minor, like
the tools, implements, laboratory equipment, and the like.
Yes,
so
for engineering.
France remains a leading hub of innovation, and then we have different research institutes attached to universities. So that wouldn't pose a challenge. Or that wouldn't pose a challenge whether you need to buy or sell, because there are already state-of-the-art equipment and facilities to make research easy for you. So that won't pose a challenge at all.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I think so I would like to say a very big thank you to the entire students populace of Yaba College of Technology. It's great having you all here. You have all been wonderful and amazing, and thank you for the wonderful and the beautiful questions that you've asked. It has really made it engaging. So on behalf of Campus France Nigeria, Campus France Paris, and then the Embassy of France in Nigeria, and then all the delegates from French higher institution here present, we say thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you for receiving us. And then it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to be back here again. So until then, merci beaucoup.
On these notes, special announcement, please. Special announcement. This is the, yes. We'll have pictures or photographs with every one of us now. Then after the photo session, all students should remain seated. Remain seated for the last assignment. But that assignment will be performed. I don't want anybody to go out. I don't want anybody to near any of these doors. And then, while you remain seated, all the dignitaries will leave, and they will now have the last assignment with the students. Please take notes and let's abide by it. We have foreigners among us, and I want to implore us, we are known to be the first and we are the best. On that note, sir, I want to probably invite the people on the high table to please come to this side for us to have a group photographs. You back the student, you back the audience this way. Sas, yeah. Okay. The dignitaries of the high table should please join me where I am. The dignitaries of the high table, yes, we want to have this background. Yes, yes. Okay. Rector sir, be at the middle. Then Umo, the stage, okay. Then DR, you can flank them by the right and left. Okay, we are good to go now. Thank you. Just come down, sir.
Every year, thousands of international students choose to study in France for its teaching, prestigious degrees, and world-class institutions. We could leave it there, but we all know there's more to it than that. Because France represents so much more too. A place people dream of. A country admired all around the world for its elegant language that has inspired so many great writers. Its position at the heart of Europe, the old continent. Its achievements in innovation, research, science, and the humanities. Its culture, gastronomy, its savoir-vivre, and liberté. Studying in France means going on a journey. It's a rendezvous that can't be missed. A chance to find yourself and meet other people, to discover history, monuments, cities.
One, two, go. So you remain seated. Have your seat, please. Have your seat. Have your seat, everybody. Have your seat. Have your seat. It is not over until it is over. We will now rise up.
La formation au management et au commerce est l'une des grandes forces de l'enseignement supérieur français. Les masters en management et les MBA des grandes écoles françaises figurent parmi les tout meilleurs au monde. Et près d'une centaine d'établissements français et de formations sont accrédités de labels internationaux d'excellence. Le monde de l'entreprise vous intéresse et vous souhaitez développer vos compétences managériales ? La France vous offre de nombreuses possibilités. Vous aurez le choix entre de nombreuses formations et différents types d'établissements. Les étudiants étrangers y sont les bienvenus et vous pourrez même étudier en anglais. Vous avez d'abord l'option du BTS qui permet de se spécialiser en 2 ans à la gestion des entreprises. Vous pouvez aussi faire le choix des universités. Elles proposent des licences généralistes, des licences professionnelles et des masters orientés vers le management dans 2 filières. Les universités hébergent par ailleurs les IAE, Instituts d'administration des entreprises. Ce sont des écoles universitaires de management qui proposent des parcours de licence, master et doctorat. Vous pouvez aussi choisir d'intégrer une école de management. Certaines sont accessibles après le baccalauréat, d'autres après...
My name is Achua Suzanne Kamara. I'm the project manager. And I will be your MC tonight. We are here to celebrate our 5 selected laureates. But before we do so, and without further delay, let me give the floor to His Excellency Mr. Marc Fondostier, the Ambassador of France in Nigeria, to deliver his keynote and welcome address on behalf of the French Embassy. Thank you. Vice Chancellor of the University of Delta, Professor Patricia Miller, team leader for the laureate.
My name is Thierry Valentin. I'm the new head of cooperation of the French Embassy in Nigeria, and I'm very happy to share with you some words about the project. This project is very important to us. It's a French project to found some cooperation with Nigerian universities about the thematic of recycling, plastic recycling, and about fighting against plastic pollution.
My name is Professor Patricia Etunamba. I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor of University of Delta Ambo. I'm the coordinator of this plastic waste management for FEF 209 French Embassy Grants Proposal Research. The phase 1 will be basically awareness, capacity building.
My name is Professor Elizabeth Fumilayo Anosiola from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Our project is on sustainable utilization of waste plastic for production of bricks and tiles.
My name is Chris Miyaki. I am currently the Acting Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission. On the occasion of Plastic Waste Disposal Awards by the French government to a selection of Nigerian universities, I'd like to say that it is with pride and a deep sense of fulfillment that we have come this far as a university brand. As I mentioned before, at a time when it is generally believed there is increasing decline in the intellectual space. An award of this nature, reinforces the belief in the Nigerian education brand. It brings to the table some funding for some research activities.
I am Dr. Robert Onyeneke from Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ndufu-Alike, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. We have about 6 work streams. One will be around doing a kind of waste audit. In that waste audit, we will do trying to understand the current status in terms of the amount of plastic waste in and around the university. So we will also implement some kind of recycling and reuse technologies.
My name is Professor Ayo Ibala Ayo. I represent the Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar, Professor Florence Bankubobi. What better time in our country to be doing this type of project in and around Nigeria, and of course, I'm sure we'll be buying into the world market of transforming plastics into fuel. Very innovative, and one way to say a big thank you is to make sure we are converting these plastics into something that is usable and relevant in our today's economy.
My name is Loretta Waneka Fodile. I am a Chief Lecturer at the Department of Biological Sciences, Yaba Tech College of Technology. Our project is titled Yaba Tech Plasto Gas Hub. It is expected that at the end of this project, the community and the entire Lagos State, which will also spill off to neighboring states, will be fairly educated on how to manage. Also, there will be upcycling training and also training on recycling.
I am Ajwa Suzanne Camara, the project coordinator, working with the science and higher education in the Embassy of France in Nigeria. We are currently implementing the plastic waste management project funded by the Embassy of France in Nigeria this year. This project has been launched earlier this year, around June. We had actually 3 components of this project. One was to fund the universities of Mine and Unilag for 2 microfactories. The second one was to boost capacity building, helping universities, partnering universities for this project in their research, helping them exchange, create a scientific exchange between the universities of France and the universities here in Nigeria. We've been working around Nigeria, but today we are awarding 5 of them: the University of Alex Ekweme Funai, the University of Awolo Obafemi Ile-Ife, the University of Delta Akbor, UNIDEL, the University of Calabar, and the Yaba College of Technology. We hope that the outcome will be beneficial to the university first, the youth, and the surrounding communities.
My name is Iyansu Ekanem. I work with Ware Capacity, and Ware Capacity is an infrastructure advisory company. We'll be supporting the French Embassy in the plastic waste project from inception. by designing the project in terms of looking at how universities can take advantage of the opportunity to reduce plastic waste in the universities, but also ensuring that we can put in place viability models that would help these projects to be sustainable